my whole concept of all of this is that it should be simple. Everybody else is out there
Yep.
selling stuff that's so hard and so complicated with so many moving parts. And this it's very hard and complicated and has a lot of moving parts. But you don't have to understand all of them. All you got to do is drink this tea. Can you do that? Can you drink this tea?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for you, can you speak out? Can you use your voice? And that's how I started like into this spiritual work was like, I will, at least I can do energy reading. I can read the energy. Let me pull some cards and give a little, razzle dazzle. And that's how I'm going to get into this spiritual work. That's how I started. I did the least that I could do.
And the tea, like, if we're looking at the tea in a symbolic way, um, you're cleansing the parasites, and what you're really cleansing, whether it be parasites or not, is like this is almost like a smoke break. When people are drinking the
Yes.
tea, especially when it's bitter, like you're kind of reassessing how your day went. Maybe there's like very intense emotions that you went experienced or whatever. Like there's and the tea forms like a part of a very important ritual during that
Yes.
period of time that it's had, that helps to, whether it be physically, but really in this sense, energetically, get rid of those parasites that are basically like the old us.
Right.
So like, as we are kind of shedding of the skin, there's parasites that have played their role in the past that now have to be released, let go of. And these could be ways of thinking, ways of
Right.
being, ways
Right.
of talking, ways of, loving oneself, communicating with others, all sorts of stuff in preparation for, I guess, these three specific parasites to then, because essentially what you just did with the last 30 days is you basically did a ritual to like cleanse yourself from the old you to prepare for the new you in these
Right.
next 60 days.
Right. And
So
that's a fact.
now you're dealing with things that you would have dealt with in the past differently. You're dealing with them in a way where you're acing the test. Like, you're you're passing the test with flying colors, and the worms can't do anything but say, "Oh yeah, yep, she's doing,
Right.
like, she got it going on."
Right. I
So
convinced
yeah,
them, I convinced them that what I was doing was right. It's like, if you can, this is why I always say about fasting in general. If you can just pick a certain amount of days and do like a fast of any kind, it proves to yourself that you're worthy. It's a mind thing. Like in your mind, accomplishing anything, even if it's small, is important. But accomplishing something spiritual, one spiritual accomplishment is worth like 1,000 physical accomplishments. Because we did a feast. So before this, we do a feast and then a fast and then a feast and then a fast. So we did a feast. The feast was super long. It was from the 15th of the 16th of March till summer solstice. So that was like 40, 50 days. I don't know. And I had a tea that I drank in the morning because it was a feast. So my idea was, okay, I'm going to bring in this positive energy. And it was the energizing tea and all that stuff. So it's like just adding that like little ritual, like changed the whole trajectory of like where I was going, because I do a lot of rituals and some of them are like more positive, some of them are a little bit more serious, but this is so simple that you could tell anybody, hey, this has X, Y, and Z in it, needs to be consumed in the morning. Hey, this has X, Y, and Z in it, needs to be consumed at night. You know what I mean? Again, very simple things. And then putting the parasite cleanse with the night is like also like, again, just sealing the essence. Like, when you if you worked at a restaurant, you, before you leave out, you check the doors, you make sure everything is put in away, and you leave it the way you want to see it when you wake up in the morning. And that's what that whole, to me, that's what it ended up being like, no, there's no space for you guys to come in my dreams, because I always have a lot of entities, not always, yeah, always, they can't contact me in real life. Like, I have a very strong security protection in real life. So they can't contact me in real life. They can't contact me like in a dream realm either. They have to like use very like extraordinary ways to contact me, and that's because I have these kind of rituals. So when I shut down at night, hey, if a dream comes in, it's something that I asked for, because what's supposed to happen when you dream at night, and if you don't dream, you can dream, it's you know, you can dream. If you don't have dreams, you can. Let's just put it that way. You are supposed to be working on problems that you have. So, if you're a manifester, then you would be, because manifestors don't have engines. This goes into the human design. So when they dream at night, they need to be asking, how can I generate this response? If you're a generator, you don't have a manifesting capability in the physical world. So you need to be asking at night before you go to bed, how do I manifest X, Y, and Z? If you're a manifesting generator, you could do both, because you have a motor and you also have the manifesting capabilities. You're a closed circuit. So you just do whatever part you need. Projectors and reflectors is based on, basically the projector is how do I reflect? How do I get reflected back to me what I want to see? Because a projector projects it out. And the reflector is, how do I get reflected back to me what I want to see? So projectors and reflectors are different. But most people are generators. So you can ask before you go to bed, and it basically will apply to you. Hey, how do I manifest X? Because you can't manifest in the physical world if you're a generator. You have to do that in the spirit world. And that's what they don't tell you about human design, is how to actually work with your thing for what you need to do. But this is something I figured out on my own, and it works. It works every time when I ask. So now I'm also very intentional about my sleep. So imagine being intentional about your nighttime routine, which somebody told me a long time ago, and I really like resonated with it. Like, be intentional about your nighttime routine. Be intentional before you go to bed, asking for what you need. Be intentional when you wake up in the morning, asking for what you need. That's why I get up super early, way before I have to get to work, so I can get all my thinking out of the way. So when I leave out of this house and go to work, I'm exhausted. I'm giving them like the end of my day, even though it's like 6:30 in the morning. It's still the end of my day because I've been up since 2 o'clock. So no, they're not getting the best part of my day. They're not getting the most focused part of my day. Like, that's part of the problem with people who work regular jobs. They're giving the job the best part of their day. My body will not allow me to give my job the best part of my day. They get what they get. And I don't make the rules. Most of the time I go to work now, as soon as I finish with my morning route, I go to sleep. Like, I'll sleep. Like, I'm not, they're not going to get my most productive hours. Though that time is for me. And if I can't get any productive hours in the day, they're definitely not getting whatever productive capacity I have. It doesn't work like that. So that's also like another conscious decision that I made, and that has added to this capacity I now have to just be like, hey, I'm going to do what needs to be done. And that's about it. You're not going to get more out of me than that. And by me always verbalizing that, which is, hey, I come here, I'm going to do my job to the best of my capacity. That is the correct thing to do. It's not correct to be slaves. So then when they start treating you like a slave at your job, you have to verbalize that. You have to say, I don't work for free. I don't do slave labor. You have to verbalize it, even if you're in a position where you can't change your situation because you need money or whatever the case may be. You still have to verbalize it out loud. This is slave labor. Y'all should not have people working like this. Y'all should not be treating people like this. I see the effects of me saying stuff like that since day one this year on my job. Like, I see the effects. It's no joke. And people who want to get out of their situations, I had told somebody like a year ago, a year and a half ago, your spirit team wants to help you. But if you're being lukewarm about it by going into the job and then like taking everything from them, that they given out, that you're not showing them that you want to leave. You're showing them that they're a good boss because they gave you some pizza or some shoes or whatever. Never a raise, never a bonus, never the cash, but some little trinkets and stuff. You're literally showing your spirit team that you're happy. This is why, like, all of these things are converging, because the parasite equity have convinced the people to lie to their spirit team. So meanwhile, you're saying, like, in the Black community, I was like, oh, you should be grateful you even have a job. It's like, yeah, but if the job is treating me like a slave, I'm supposed to be grateful to be a slave. You've got me messed up. But that's what they'll say to you. Oh, you got a good government job. You better hold on to that. Like, okay, but like, what if the government job is like, hurting people? Like, and I don't agree with how they're hurting people. Like, do I supposed to just stay there because of that? But and this is how the matrix is conditioning other people who are inside of the matrix to just stay there because they're feeding you all of this propaganda. Meanwhile, it's basically it's stuffing your throat chakra with a bunch of nonsense. And so when you do start talking, you start saying the stuff that was said to you. Like, in your mind, you're like, yeah, you know what? I better not say anything about this because, I'm going to lose this job and this is my good government job and this and that. It's like, okay, but like, is that how you're supposed to handle the scenario? Are you supposed to just keep your mouth shut and let somebody be abusive towards you? No, that's not how you're supposed to do that. So that there needs to be a discussion. Like, there needs to be a discussion about that. So this is the kind of, stuff that you see going on. It's very I think it's going to be a really interesting set of 4 years because people are going to have to get used to hearing something in their mind, getting a gut instinct about something, and then feeling it in their heart, but then saying something different. Like, when your voice gets to talk, it don't say what your head said, what your heart said, or what your instincts say. It says something totally different. That's kind of like channeling, and I have been talking about getting away from channeling, but this must be like a different, like, aspect of the channeling where you're channeling like your higher self and you're just saying what needs to be said without this interference from this energy that's in your mind telling you one thing, your heart telling you something else, your gut telling you something else. We know there's four, so I never thought the throat chakra was fourth, but I think that's where we are in this energy now. This is new.
Yeah, and that's the three ones that you said with the worms. Um, the
Well,
head,
I was
the
thinking
heart.
about, in general, there's like the when you think of the when you think of God, there's usually, like, at least in, the church, there's three parts. There's the Father, there's the Son, there's the Holy Spirit. But that's not true because the Father is one with the mother. So you have the mother, father, the son, and then the daughter. The daughter as in the Holy Spirit. So it's three parts. God in three persons. It's still three persons, but we forget that our the Shema. The Shema is our God is one. The mother and the father are one. So they don't count as two separate entities. They count as one combined entity. Then you have the son, a second entity, and then you have the Holy Spirit, the daughter, as a third entity. So the mother father is one. So it's like it's two, but it's really one, and that's where you get to the three and then four. So that's the way that I view it. And if you look at a lot of the icons, at least the Orthodox icons, especially the ones about creation, they show Jesus is one. But what did Jesus always say? I'm one with my Father. So either you're going to count Jesus and his Father as one, you're going to have like the Holy Spirit, and then you're going to have like the Son, SON or SUN, whatever. You're still going to end up with four like distinct parts of this Godhead, like the way that I described the creator. It's four parts. I probably never talked about that like ever. I just say it. But it's very complicated. So I try not to confuse people.
So with okay, yeah, and the throat, I mean the throat, at least if we're looking at the body, like wouldn't that be considered the bridge between the head and the gut and
Exactly.
the heart?
Is isn't that amazing? Yes. Yes, I hadn't even thought about that. Absolutely. It is the bridge. So imagine they shot his bridge like this. Oh my goodness. Like the more I talk about it, the more
Everyone's.
symbology.
They tried to take out everybody's
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
as you said, with the 60 days with the worms are basically assessing your heart. I mean, your heart, your head,
Mm-hmm.
and your abdomen, which is your gut. That's your like your intuition. That's like your, that kind
Right.
of that yeah, that the gut instinct. So the system took out the bridge, or at least tried, and they
Right.
succeeded with a lot of people. A lot of people's bridges are just they're cut
Yeah.
off. So
Messed up.
so the
Yeah.
so now the intuition and the heart is not connected to the head. So
Right.
what is like what is their head telling them? Their head is telling them bad people, horrible, the
Right.
logic this, the statistics are saying this, the data is saying
Right.
this. Look at what we
Right.
saw. The left is bad, the right is bad, they're laughing at us, this, that, that,
Right.
whatever the fuck. And then there is no connection to the heart,
Nope.
love, care. But then obviously their heart is still going. So they do have the heart, but the heart is now about, like, think about the kids, Charlie
Right.
Kirk,
Exactly.
like, and so it's
Your heart
then,
can be lied to. Like your heart can be wrong. Like I don't know why
yeah, for
people say that.
sure.
It makes me crazy. They're you listen to your heart. It can never. Yes, it can. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
My heart is wrong all the time.
I've
Get out
seen
of
that,
here.
especially with the amount of women that talk about, but I love him, but he's so this, he's
Right.
so that. It's like,
Right.
bitch, are you seeing with your head,
Right.
or are you
What
seeing with your
are we
heart?
looking at are we looking at the same thing? Like as a Scorpio, I say this all the time because I have very, very high standards. And so I be looking at these men, I be like, you gotta be kidding me, right? This is your choice? Okay. I'm like, there's no hope. More power to you. Like I'm the first one who's like, yeah, you need to leave him. But I just met him. We've been married 7 years. I don't care. He's a loser. Are you kidding me? You didn't notice for 7 years?
Right?
You was with a loser? God dang, you might need to do something about that.
No, the thing is, like, it's like, especially women, like, they know,
They
they
know.
literally know,
They know.
but they act so oblivious. They act like this is like your groundbreaking news.
It's
But
ridiculous.
so with the gut, like, that's the intuition. So it's like the intuition and the heart are like separated from the head, and then the throat chakra is just not really working out. Now, for us, what I think the focus for the next 60 days is like, it's making sure that what we think is of like the highest energetic state possible. But if we are not thinking great, hey, that's, or no, whatever this would be considered great, that's okay, because as you said, your throat chakra is the bridge. So if you whatever you are speaking, make sure that you're speaking love, just high vibrational energy. So because you can think, oh, I want to fuck this person up, and then alchemize that energy and speak love.
Right.
So the throat.
Mantras are good. Again, Hanuman's mantras are really good. Almost any of the Hindu mantras are going to be good because they have a lot of stuff encoded into them. If you just don't say I am mantras, like and I always say I am because it bridges the physical, with the I am, which is not physical. So I say I am. I'll say I am love. I am this. I am that. So I always do two. So I can be the bridge. I've been saying that for like 2 years. That's crazy. Holy smokes. Yo, I was way ahead. Had
Yeah,
no
of
idea
course.
how far ahead I was. Oh my gosh.
So so
Yeah.
the so this so okay, so unconditional love opens the heart. So it unlocks the heart and allows you to experience reality at a very high, elevated state because your heart is overflowing with love. That then feeds your abdomen. your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Because now instead of the heart manipulating you, because the thing is, yes, they are right that the heart like doesn't lie, but the thing is, it's been so misconstrued. People's hearts have been
Right.
so like under attack slash closed off that in that state, it is lying to you.
Yeah.
But when the
Yeah.
heart has actually opened up, it is the truth. It is the way. And Jesus talks
Right.
about this all the time that it's love, it's the heart.
Right.
He is the way, and he is the representation of sacrificial love. Uh,
Yeah.
so so
You
as
can
the
also
heart
look for
opens
the
up,
six. I was just to add on that. You can
yep, mhm,
also for six I am statements of Jesus, because those are also good ones when you're looking for,
mm,
if you're looking for something to say. It's very interesting. I'm sorry, continue on. I just
nice.
wanted to put that in
Yeah,
there.
no, that's great. I wrote that down. Yeah, it's interesting because I've actually been a friend of mine has been looking up Hindu mantras for me, which is just hilarious the last few days. So
I love it.
we're all connected. So the heart opens up, and as the heart opens up, it's almost like we show God that we are truly like genuinely moving towards serving him, like genuinely
Right.
opening ourselves up to him and showing him that we are actually devoted to his people. We're devoted to empowering our brothers and sisters, and we're not here to continue to enact what the misaligned system has tried to convince us to do. So as our heart opens up, he starts to speak to us from the abdomen, from the gut,
Right.
from that intuition. So then we start to listen to him. We start to pick up the messages because the heart is receiving all, it absorbs the energy, it absorbs the messages. The head then um, is able to work with the throat chakra to speak that, to put it
Right.
out there, to direct the energy outwards. We are doing that. That's literally like I've been talking about, especially I talked about it again, like the last spaces that I just did an hour before ours. I was talking about this exact same thing in terms of like the opening of the heart. That's been a really big thing. Is I am
Right.
learning that the prescience, like the ability to see the present, future, and past, is actually dictated about how open the heart is. Because if the heart is open, you get the
Mm.
intuition from God. If you get the intuition from God, like He is guiding you in the highest way possible. Like you're making the best moves. Like if we were playing chess, you are making the best chess moves possible. Nobody can go against that. Nobody can go
Right.
against God's own chosen children. And then the head is not just busy thinking, the head is just processing the intuition, the combination of the love with the intuition, but really the intuition to then speak it out into reality via the throat chakra. So what
Right.
happened with Charlie Kirk, it's really not about trying to destroy the throat chakra of the masses because the masses are already done. Like they're
Right.
they're they're not really of any importance. They're actually just, it's like again, it's just for show. Like making money in this reality currently, it's just for show. It's just a way to kind of waste
Right.
your time so that you don't elevate, so you don't do the energetic work that you're supposed to do. The masses don't matter. They don't have any impact on what happens in reality. It is us.
Right.
And that was
Right.
a sign for us to basically, I guess, in some way, well, one, on the good side, to awaken us to understanding the importance of everything that we just spoke about. Because I mean, that's like it. This was a really. I mean, what happened there, as unfortunate as it was, like it's really good for us. Like it's really good in terms of it adds more data points to what we're building. It adds more data
Right.
points to everything that we're doing and adds to the research, to the work that has been already laid out. So while maybe the misaligned system obviously had very negative means, we took it and we made it into greatness. We turned it
Right.
into fully understanding because this whole opening of the heart, the whole absorbing the energy, prescience, like I had to experience what we just experienced this past week to get to that, to connect all those dots. And you had
Right.
to go through what you had to do to connect all your dots. And then we're coming back
Right.
together, empowering it stronger. So they tried to take us out, and us as in
Right.
individually us, through the throat chakra. But because we've been working so closely together, we didn't even like feel it. Yeah, sure, of course, we felt the energy, we felt the intensity, but it did not slow us down. It just
No.
gave us more information in terms of the work that we are doing. And as a result, like, so it's important to understand that, like, the masses out there, they're gonna follow whoever's in power. That's
Right.
that's that's what
Exactly.
they're good at. And so
Right.
what these assassinations and whatever games they're playing, those are communications to us. Those are attempts on us, good and or bad. Now, obviously, if it's bad, we're still going to alchemize it and make it good.
Right.
So it's not like they can
Right.
really do anything bad to us, but those are direct communications to us. What are the odds that I talk about to clear your throat chakra, burp to clear your throat chakra? I was what I've never talked about the throat chakra. I've never like it I just started to get the intuitive calling to release something in my throat, and I
Right.
was doing it via burping.
Well,
And
they,
then now we're talking about throat chakra.
it's crazy. I take it like this. If they're going to, like, if you say something that someone doesn't like and they're going to like celebrate your death anyway, then what's the point of me being quiet? Because on the left they're going to have a problem and on the right they're going to have a problem. So I said earlier, I've decided to become worse. Like, this is the wrong kind of motivation for people like us, because we're like, oh, so you wanted me to shut up?
Uh-huh, right?
That was a waste of time. Like, that's why I'm so upset about the sacrifice. You literally blood sacrifice somebody on my land so that I would shut my mouth. Oh, get out of here, bro. Like,
Uh-huh, right?
I've been dealing with this since 2012, when I was like, hey, I don't think Obama is supposed to be bombing American citizens like this. Oh, you just hate black people. Do I care about them? Nah, zero. I don't care about them on the left. I don't care about them on the right. I don't care about them at all. So I just took this as a signal to become worse. Like, this is not what I mean, again, not the intended effect. Like, you talk about
Uh-huh.
alchemizing, it's like taking all of that, whatever it is, and saying, okay, I see what you guys did. That's why it's important to take the next 30 days and do your proper mourning. Like, even if you don't care, like, the earth is crying, like, you can't do a blood sacrifice on this land, like, period. And the fact that they did, like, they haven't been able to do a real blood sacrifice like that since the 60s. So the fact that they could get away with it right now tells you that they literally effed up bad. Like, when was the last time
Mhm.
they assassinated somebody? Like, it was like JFK and then Martin and then Malcolm. Like, they haven't been able to do anything like that on this land since then. They've really messed up. They know they're not allowed to do that.
And the mourning is not the mourning of Charlie, which obviously can take place. It's the mourning of the old system. It's the
Right,
mourning
right,
of everything that our ancestors, that our brothers and sisters had to go through. Because,
right,
like, we
exactly.
we came in at the tail end, but imagine
Right.
all the humans that have had to deal with these parasitic scum, that have had to deal with these wicked people. That's what we're mourning about. That the next 30
Yes.
days, like, that's the mourning, because after these next 60 days, as we've been talking about, like, I mean, it's already been over, but after these next 60 days, they're going to report, the three worms are going to report to,
Right.
I guess, the gods, or the god, or God himself, and they're going to make it very obvious that, like, Atlas 3i, as you said, it changed green. It's changing
Right.
colors.
It's changing
It's they
colors.
they can't believe, they don't know what's going on. They've never seen. They're like, this is most likely not a comet, because guys, guess comets are not supposed to like change colors or whatever. So it's
No.
changing
Comets
colors.
have tails. This doesn't even have a tail. Like, it's not a comet. Like, the fact that they still even like seriously say that it's a comet is totally outrageous. It doesn't even have a tail. It
So
doesn't
I
even
think it
have a
turned
tail.
from I think it was red. Did it start
It
off as
was
red if I'm not
red, then it
mistaken?
was green, now it's blue. It's like, okay, so
Wow.
it's just like jumping from that's not nothing works like that. That's not how it works. Not anything that's naturally occurring in the sky. So they don't know what to do. Like it's very but again, what did I tell I mean, we've been talking about this, it's well documented. I said that thing is coming to do a drive-by. And now we know why because of the three worms. Like because
Uh-huh.
remember, like without having this synchronization, everything has been out of alignment. So even
Mm-hmm.
though this is what's supposed to happen on year 6, like you all keep saying, they
Hmm.
thought that this started in February. So they thought this was going to happen in February. But we don't start our year in February. Our lunar year starts in September. So they weren't expecting for this to start now. Like this is all
Right. And I
they're
wonder what they
completely
did.
out
I
of
wonder
sync.
what they did because they must have been celebrating, in February when nothing really happened. They must have been like, "Yeah, let's keep going. Like, let's just keep
Yeah,
like
they were.
they thought they passed the test and now like nobody know I mean, from what I'm seeing, nobody knows that this is the new year.
No,
Like no
we're the
nobody
only.
knows that this is the new
They have no.
year.
They don't understand it. They won't listen. It is not. Listen, this is my 3rd year doing this. It's not that I have not been saying it. It's that they believe these old rules. They just can't see what's happening in front of them. It's like, okay, I don't know how long it's gonna take for y'all to realize what's going on, but we took over the system. Like
Yeah, I mean
they weren't.
the
Mm,
moment you started to talk, use your throat chakra, that first spaces that we had, I was like, we got to be on as many spaces as possible because there's a
yeah,
lot.
it's a,
There's
it's
a
a lot to
lot that
unpack.
yeah, and to talk about and see that's the difference is these supposed elites would literally hear you talk and just poo-poo you,
Right,
undermine you, underestimate you, play you. That's just how it's been. That's the type of reality that we've had to deal with. Is just
right,
constant negation.
right.
And what we have basically done now is we've come together and said, yeah, of course we don't need them. We've never needed them.
Right.
Now we actually can just like truly build off of like all the work that we have been doing
Right.
individually. We come in together, like the Power Rangers, and
Yep.
now it's like it's just
King
it's
Arthur
really
and the Round
crazy.
Table. This is King Arthur's Round Table. Don't you know? This is what this we gotta go straight mythology, man. King Arthur. I mean, Power Rangers is only 5 though. King Arthur's Round Table accounts for all the 12 zodiacs and all the
Oh.
various energies that go along with it. So this is King Arthur's Round Table. This is we're the valiant knights. And whatever a female knight is, I don't know. Um that's what we're doing, like, because we have to work together. Like again, another part of this, again, you're not my color and obviously I'm not your color, and so that's another part of this. Like they don't want people having conversations like this. Like this is what again, what did Charlie do? All he did was talk. He talked to all different kinds of people. He put a lot of black people on. Like really, he taught a lot of black people about how this particular industry with the politics and all that stuff work. I know a lot of people he worked closely with, and so to say that he didn't talk to everybody would be a flat out lie. And so they don't want people having these racial, especially conversations, because like I said before, if you realize I'm not the problem and I realize you're not the problem, we're looking at these people over here, these retards, saying, hey, I think you're being retarded. Like you're trying to pretend like you're not, but it looks like retarded to me. So they don't want us to have these kind of discussions. It's very like as far as like America says that we've come, it's only as long as you don't talk about philosophy. Because if you get if you start having philosophical discussions, then it's like resegregation. Like you don't see those communities mixed very much. Like I used to be in a channel where it was like a sort of like a mixed community, meaning I inserted myself and made it mixed, but that whole thing just kind of like blew up, and everybody like kind of just broke apart. It was unable to maintain its cohesiveness. So imagine like doing these spaces, keeping them real tight for right now, you know what I mean, and not getting into a bunch of commentary so we can flesh the stuff out. And then at some point we'll be able to, people will be acclimated enough to this style of discussing, having discussions, that more people will be able to like actually participate in a very high level way, which we're like practically there, but we just, it's so much information to get out. If you start taking like calls, we would never be out of here because it's just too much. But eventually, once things get rolling, we'll be able to have really deep philosophical discussions that they can't even have anywhere. Charlie Kirk wasn't even having no philosophical discussions. Really, he should have been having philosophical discussions, and that probably would have negated some of the negative attention. But they're not. No one's having philosophical discussions with people who aren't like exactly the same as them. You see two white guys or two white girls or even two black people. They're having philosophical discussions. They're not having mixed race discussions. It's crazy. It's like, is this 2025 or 1965? Like, I'm confused. I'm always confused by stuff like that. You just don't see it. It's so rare. So this is really like fabulous because it is going right to the heart of their plan to keep us divided. You can't keep, philosophy is philosophy. It don't have a skin color. You can't keep philosophy divided. So if we like, it's really, I think I was looking this up before. It's called like a liberal arts education. Like, this is the foundation of liberal arts education, is to take these very complicated philosophical beliefs and basically discuss it in such a way that you have a better understanding of it, and you're talking with people who are bringing their philosophy and also their perspective so that you can sharpen your own personal philosophy. Like, that's like what a classical education is supposed to be about. What they're doing right now has none of this.
Yeah, yeah, and that's, goes deeper into the education system that we're gonna build. I mean, as you know, like, there's a lot that we are going to be doing as now, like, the masses, after they're done with their, whole hell initiation, because 'cause they're going through hell, like, they're
Right.
going they're, like,
Yeah,
they're
it's
they're
sad.
going through, intense torture, and, like,
It's
I
sad.
wish them best, but, like, this is the only way. Like, they had
Right.
all this time, all these years, they had
Right.
time to get their shit together, to listen to people like us, and no.
Right.
No, 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 they didn't even just they didn't they didn't even, like, look at it in a nice way. It was like we were, like, the sworn enemies.
Right.
It was like
Exactly.
we
Yep.
were just the worst thing that could have possibly happened. Meanwhile, we were moving with love. We were moving
Right.
to enlighten and awaken our brothers and sisters, and where's the help? Where are the people?
None.
Where was the support when we needed? Where was
Mm,
the flowers of appreciation when we were at our lowest points? Nothing.
right.
Nothing.
Nope.
And so now that we are ascending because we have done the work, because we're doing the work, because we are in positions energetically to be able to undertake this intense energy that is now flowing through us, everybody else is now having to start to do the work that we had to
Right.
figure out by ourselves as we continue to lay out the groundwork that they're all going to follow. So once they get through their hell, then they're gonna start to realize, oh shit, I gotta love unconditionally. Oh shit,
Right.
like I gotta, like, love. Basically, it's just love. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just
Right.
love. People have to
Yep.
learn to love themselves and others unconditionally. And as they do that, they're going to see us and say, holy shit, that's them. They're the ones that we follow. Like, and whether it's us individually, it's going to be the system that we have laid out. That's
Right.
what they're going to follow. That's what they're going to rush towards. So, one, we're building the foundation, we're laying out the groundwork. But two, and this is maybe, in a few weeks, or just to start thinking about it, is managing the abundance, managing the overwhelming amount of energy that has already been coming our way, but that is going to come our way and more, because we literally built the bottom of the new world order.
Right.
So it's like, when they were talking, like you said, like the knights of King Arthur, the
Right.
12 families. Isn't that what they call
Exactly.
the 12 bloodlines, like the 12
Yeah, that's what.
families?
Yeah, that's where it comes. All of this comes from. Yes, yes, that's where it comes from the 12 disciples, and it all come from the same stories. They're always telling the same. Keep in mind, these stories are all. They're always telling the same stories. Always. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, are we not part of the 12 families, basically
I
creating the new 12 families?
Unfortunately for me, I made a whole video saying that if the old 12 families have to go away, then I volunteer my bloodline to be one of the new 12 families. So believe
Yes,
me, there's
right.
videos out there of me saying all
So
kinds of
what's your
ridiculous
video?
things.
What that video? 12,
I
12
gotta find it.
families?
No, no, no. I
Yeah,
gotta
I
find
love
it.
to
I
watch
I'm
it.
just ridiculous,
That's
man.
hilarious.
Every time you're like, you say something, I'm like, oh, I have a video about that. Yeah, I was out here like 2 years ago saying these people gotta go. I guess that means
Yeah,
I
exactly.
volunteer my bloodline. Why would I do that? I'm like, okay, I get it. I didn't have a choice, but at the same time, just this is why your words have power. Like people who are
Uh-huh.
out here speaking life to these entities, the positive ones are going to get life in return. But if you're speaking death, you're going to get death in return. And Jesus,
Right.
he made a very he made it this simple. Like he took the 10 commandments and boiled them down into these two commandments. One, honor thy father and thy mother. Two, love thy neighbor as thyself. And so when I looked at that, I started asking, well, who's my neighbor? So I was looking in the Bible, I was asking people, I was like, well, who is our neighbor? Who is that? And I was like, oh, everybody's my neighbor, down to the blade of grass, the air that I breathe. They're all my neighbors. We're all on this planet together. And so why wouldn't I honor and respect that as a part of my philosophy, and and not skip over that part where it's like it doesn't say honor the people you like. It says honor your neighbor. Like or it doesn't say love the people. I mean, love. It says honor your neighbor as yourself. Like love your neighbor as yourself. Like it don't say only love the people I like. Like it says to love your neighbor. And all these people are my neighbors. If you're in America, 9 times out of 10, you're my neighbor. With the internet, the world could be your neighbor, but you just don't know if these are real people. But you got to honor these people. You have to love these people. You can't just say, pick and choose who you want to love. Like, it doesn't work like that. And so these are the two main things I think we'll see people challenged on. Are you honoring your mother and your father? And the mother being the waters, the divine waters, and also physical women. And are you honoring your father, which is the physical land, your physical body? If you're doing those two things, hey, that's one check off the list. And then are you loving your neighbor as yourself? All these people out here, are you showing love to them? Are you showing, are you being respectful of them? Or are you dancing and celebrating over somebody's death? Like, you might get an X on that one. That might not be reported back to you so well. So people have to really, like, again, the mantras are great. I am statements are great. Saint Germain has a if you look it up on YouTube, there's like this I am statements of Saint Germain. That's really good. There's lots of things. You have to really be feeding your mind. Like if you don't want to listen to the 720 hertz, which is what I recommend, you have to be feeding you, because when you listen to the frequencies, it will balance out all of your whole body. It's for the throat chakra specifically, but we are trying to maintain a tight relationship between our head and our heart and our gut. So we need our throat chakra to be strong. So our throat chakra is what needs the support right now. So if you listen to the 720 hertz frequency, that is what will help with that. Do not listen to the throat chakra frequency because it's the wrong frequency. Just real quick. The regular frequencies are in 440 32 hertz, which is not the correct one. Correct frequency is 440 hertz. So the way I calculated all of my frequencies or recalculated them was to the 440 hertz instead of the 432. So when you listen to all these frequencies and they say, oh, this one's for this one's for that, whatever, they're all calculated wrong because the resonant frequency of the earth is 440. Well, actually whatever the resonant heart frequency is, heart chakra frequency is at 440. Hold on, I got it written down. But if you listen to the wrong frequency, you're aligning yourself with a frequency that's not of this earth, and that's what they want. That's why so many people are like, oh, I'm a such and such, I'm a this, I'm a that. Well, what frequencies are you listening to? Oh, well, I listen to this one, I listen to that one. It's like, okay, so those are not earth frequencies. That's why you think you're from some other land. Like, you might want to listen to the right frequency. The higher heart chakra, the heart chakra is 648 hertz. Let me just read them all. The Earth Star chakra is 518.4 hertz. The root chakra is 540 hertz. The sacral chakra is 576 hertz. The solar plexus chakra is 607.5 hertz. The heart chakra is 648 hertz. The higher heart chakra is 691.2 hertz. The throat chakra is 720 hertz. The Leilana chakra, don't ask me what that is 777 hertz. The third eye chakra is 810 hertz. The Soma chakra is 864 hertz. The crown chakra is 900 hertz. The soul star chakra is 972 hertz. And the stellar gateway chakra is 136.8 hertz. And if you look at the, I'll post it on my, what's the name? The actual list, but it don't have these names, but this is what I came up with because it ties into the 13 tones of the Tzolk'in cycle. So when you get your Tzolk'in information, it'll have the tone that you need for your particular day, your mantra that goes with your particular day. It's a lot of information that goes into that part. So but the point is, just listen to the right frequencies. Don't just take what these people say. Look at the proper frequencies. It's got to be the frequencies that are in 440 and not the ones that are in 432.
Beautiful. Yeah, I just wanted to share the tweet above
I
where I
see.
called out some of the families and I said that they're all my bitches. Which is funny because just the 12 families
Right. They're
came up.
done. They're done. Soros is
Yeah,
getting
they're
ready to
done.
get
They're done.
inspect. Soros is
Yeah,
putting a
right?
RICO on him. So it's over. Their time is up. Like, it's got to be. It's got to be. Because we've come in now. Before there, again, this is how you know there was
There was no
nobody.
one.
There was nobody
Mhm,
at the
right.
wheel. Now here we are. Now we
Nobody.
got it. Yeah, just get out. Actually, take all your stuff with you because you're dirty and you
Yeah, yeah,
stink
I
and we
don't
don't
I
want it.
don't
Take
right.
all of it with you and leave. We're good. We got it from here.
Yeah, because I don't need no like, "Oh, well, I helped you out. I did this for
Nope.
you," none
Nope.
of that. Like, this is self-made, baby. This
Yep.
reality is this new world order is self-made.
Yep. Self-made. Self-made and we're integrated. We're balanced. It's in alignment. It's not this
Yes, right.
misaligned world order where, oh well, I
Uh-huh.
have power and you don't have power. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
like
we're all
let's take
working together.
advantage of all the masses and
Right.
loot their wealth and control them.
Right.
No, we move it in a way that, humanity probably has not seen for thousands of years. I know this type of system was around in the past, no doubt.
Yeah,
I think
for
I
sure.
think probably Atlantis was evidence
And
of that. But
Atlantis is not a good example because they was effing up in Atlantis, man. They was doing the most.
Yeah, right.
Atlantises,
The
yeah, because they
elites, all
destroy. No,
the
yeah, because they destroyed everything. They were trying to figure out how to again change the calendar, keep the cycle from advancing, because they didn't want to give up their power. That's why they tried to blow up
That's so
Lemuria.
dumb. That's so dumb. I don't
Stupid.
understand why people cling on to like it's
I don't
and that's the
know.
thing. It's like the people that want to be presidents are the ones that shouldn't be presidents. And the people that
Exactly.
don't want to be presidents are the ones that should be presidents. But
Right.
it's like yeah, it's a very just a very it's very weird that Atlantis would do that because I thought that they were like energetically developed. Like I thought that they were
They
like
were. They were so remember you said in the last talk that um they're worried that humanity is not going to need the gods. That's why they're worried. Because that's what they did in Atlantis. They didn't need them anymore. They did their own intercessing. So
mm,
they did so much intercessing that they built a nuclear atomic weapon that they threw at Lemuria. And that's why Lemuria is underwater as well, like because they were about to like exterminate each other. So that's why the whole universe is so worried about us, because we already proven that we can't be trusted. So this is like, no, I don't know who those people were. They probably weren't even the right people. We can be trusted. This, I think that's also why this process has been so long, because of how bad
yeah,
they effed it all
right.
up. They
Uh-huh.
effed it up bad. Like if you it's bad. Like they really like mess it
It
up.
is, it is. That's why it's been so grueling
Yeah.
because it's like, do they even trust that we're gonna be able to like get it done? And on top of that, when the world is at our feet, when everybody is like literally bowing down to us, is that going to co-opt us?
Right.
Like, are we gonna just turn into fucking savages
Right.
and just be like, act all nice, and then when you're at the top, now you just become a fucking dictator. Now
Yeah,
just you
because that's
become
what
like
these
a,
people have
a
done.
freaking demon.
That's what they've done over and over and over again. So I don't blame them for not trusting us, but at the same time, you can't blame me for people I've never met. So don't
Yep,
please,
right.
like, and not in this life
Yeah,
cycle.
it's like
I
it's
haven't
like a
met
girl,
them.
it's like a girl that's been like mistreated like all of her life
Yes.
with all the men, and then like here we come like the knight in shining armor, and the girl is like, I don't know, like is he playing a game? Like is there
Right.
something wrong? But every time it seems like we're gonna mess it up, we show how great we are. And so
Right.
now the girl is like, yeah, I love you guy. I love
Right.
you.
Right.
Like let's get married. Let's get in a
Right.
union. Like let's
Right.
let's
Right.
let's uh let's take this to the next
That takes a
level. And
lot.
that's
That takes a lot, really.
yeah. I mean, it's like the system was traumatized. The
Yeah.
I don't know, the energetic system was traumatized by what had been done and has been done on humanity. And it didn't believe that there were humans that could turn the tide of
Right.
humanity to a side that can heal and empower, can heal the trauma. And
Right.
we are literally doing it against all odds.
Yep.
Like, I mean, how many people, like, I mean, it's just like we are like there's nobody doing this. That's what's just so it's like we
Mm-mm.
have billions of
No.
people in this reality and nobody's doing this. That's what was so crazy, like on for all these years, like on Twitter. Like when I began to talk about something as simple now as raw milk, I could not believe that there was nobody on Twitter, which is supposedly one of the largest social media platforms in the world, talking about raw milk.
Right.
Energy. Energy is such an obvious thing to talk about for years on Twitter. I could not find
A
a
single
singular
person.
person that was talking about energy in any meaningful way, and even
Nope.
not even meaningful way. No one was talking about energy on Twitter.
Nope. I'm
It's
pretty
crazy. And
sure
so
you're
what
the
we're
one
talking
who
about,
I'm pretty sure you're the one who got me buying raw milk and driving like an hour and a half every single week to a farm.
oh
Like,
wow,
yeah, I took it really seriously. I remember that. I was like,
let's
was you I
go.
must have got that from you, because I was getting a meat share, I was getting a farm share. I drove an hour and a half to the farm, and then I would go to the orchard and get my fruit straight from. I was like, I am crazy. Like nobody, when I say nobody in my reality thought I was a sane person, absolutely no one. And I was like, I got to, no one gets this. But I'm like, we have to
No,
have raw
uh-huh.
milk. Like, we need raw milk. Have you ever had raw milk? I asked my mom, and she was like, no, like you mean like the milkman milk? I was like, I don't know what y'all had back in the 40s. Why you I don't know what it looked like before. I just know we need to go get some raw milk. Nobody knew what I was talking about. And I was going to a spring that was 2 hours in the opposite direction to get water from a spring. I'm
Oh,
crazy. Like I'm
wow.
OCD about stuff. Like, so I'm pretty sure
Uh-huh.
when I saw you talking about it, I was like, oh, I gotta go get some raw milk.
I love it. Yes, yeah, it's just beautiful. I mean, it's really shown me the last few years like how powerful the individual is. Like the
Yes.
individual is insanely powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And now as we come together and as we continue to learn from each other, as we continue to support each other, because again, this is not like a competition of like
No.
I'm better
No.
or I win and you lose, or it's everyone can uplift each other and we can
Yep.
be empowered, and that's the whole point of what it means to ascend. But there's very few people that are really in that frequency, that are really in that
Mm.
mix. And so we have done the work that we had to do alone, by ourselves,
Yeah.
tested through all the trials and tribulations. And now at the peak, at the moment that is most important, we're all beginning to come together. And
Yep.
as we
It's
start to
called
come
building
together,
community.
mm, beautiful. Yeah. And as we come together, like the explosion, like it's like we've been when all these spaces that we've done, we've literally been preparing for this snake year to come about. And this
Right.
snake year, the fireworks have gone
Right.
crazy.
Already.
So,
Already. It's amazing.
obviously it's unfortunate how like the chaos that has to happen, but like I literally have never been happier than this week.
Right.
Now, obviously,
Everybody's
yes,
so
sure,
sad.
sure,
Right. But
I've
I was
been
like,
happy,
this is great.
in bursts, but like there's a deep satisfaction that I
Yes.
feel
I
this week.
agree. I agree. And they even tried to
While
mess with that.
everyone's hair is burning.
Yeah. They tried to mess with that with the whole incident. That was the whole point, was to take away that deep satisfaction. But all it did, again, all it did was make me angry, because everything should be flowing by now. Like I said in the last thing, everything should be flowing by now, and I still don't see it. But now I see why. It's because they took a very sacred moment, which is celebrating, the start of creation, which all the entities was doing, and turn it into another bloodbath, just like they tried to do with 9/11. And you see what happened to them from 9/11. They have never recovered from that. They have never recovered from that. I did a video on the Jupiter Saturn cycle and how it relates, and what happened in 2001. Jupiter and the sun did not have a conjunction. Now that it never happens. If Jupiter was in Cancer, so Jupiter is in Cancer right now. In 2001, Jupiter was in Cancer. There was not a conjunction. Oh, because Jupiter has a 12-year cycle. Duh. So Jupiter did not conjunct with the sun in 2001. And so that missing meeting between the Jupiter and the sun is what allowed them to get away with the whole World Trade Center thing. They would have never been able to do it if Jupiter and the sun had met. So in 2013, we had one of these Jupiter sun conjunctions in Cancer, but the other planets were all different. But yeah, that's why they were able to get away with what they did, because the Jupiter and the sun did not have a conjunction. It just missed. It's crazy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here we are. And I'm very excited about the work that we all individually are doing,
Yeah.
because, we're all playing a very vital part in humanity's collective ascension. And like life's gonna get, I mean, life's, it's always been beautiful and amazing, but like it's really going to get spectacular. And I felt it this week. Through all
Yep.
the chaos and everything, I couldn't help but smile. I could
Yeah.
not help but just be so grateful that God has given me the honor and the chance to serve him in the way that I have served him. Even through all the challenges and all the difficulties, is like we're here.
Right,
We did it.
exactly.
Now, obviously, we still have so much more to go, but it's like I feel like we did like the most difficult part. Not that obviously there won't be a lot of hard work going
Right,
forward, but it's like the most difficult part because we were in the dark, because
right,
we were under so much intense negation and attacks, and we done did it. And now we're so powerful that even a situation like this, it just passes us like it's
right,
nothing. And we
right,
just keep growing.
right, right.
So it's very beautiful.
It's amazing. I'm really looking forward to uh whatever is coming, because Lord only knows what it is, especially now that everything is back online. All the gods are back in position from their party, and they've seen that literally someone done effed up. So I'm really excited to see what actually plays out over the next like 24, 48 hours. It's going to be probably a lot, because we also had if I'm not mistaken, yeah, a sun south node conjunction opposite the north node. Woo, child, these people are I mean, astrologically, they're in trouble, because the South Node is like what we're supposed to be. Actually, South Node is masculine energy, North Node is feminine energy. South Node, which is the masculine energy, conjunct with the Sun, which is Apollo, trying to figure out what these people have been trying to let go that they weren't supposed to let go, i.e. Charlie. So yeah, it's about to be some fireworks. We have not seen intervention from the gods yet. I think we're getting ready to see it.
Wow. Let's go. I have my popcorn. I gotta go and pop some popcorn.
I know, yeah, lots of it, because it's going down real fast. Like they can't hold it up, because all of the people are they're taking off their masks. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where they're going to hire all these people they firing. They're going to have to start hiring some people. That's not to mention the jobs and all the stuff they've been like. It's going to have to be
Food
some. Yeah,
riots,
it's
like shit's
about to
gonna
be
get
some.
real.
Yeah, it's not going to be pleasant for these people, but for the people who have been doing the work and they're in alignment, it's not. You're not even going to notice. Like in 2020, I was not even. I didn't miss a beat. While everybody was running around with their hair on fire, I was like, okay, well, I can still go to the farm share. We can still go to the park, kind of. And we started going to a local beach in Virginia. I just figured it out. We were just going all around doing different stuff that we wouldn't normally be able to do. So this is definitely giving me that like 2020 vibes. I know a lot of people don't
Yeah,
have
right.
good memories of that, but I have great memories of that time. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
really looking forward to being able to move forward the way I was supposed to in 2020. Because what happened with me was I started to move forward, and in 2021 I moved to Florida, and I set myself up for like success. And then these people got greedy and just sucked all of the life out of the system, like all of the life all out of the creatives, and isolated us and took everything from us. So it's been a very difficult 4 years, like just trying to knowing that you're in the darkness and still trying to say no, but I am the light. Even though I'm in the darkness, I
Mm-hmm.
am the light. I am the light. And just keep like saying that to yourself over and over and over again, because it's true. You can see it's true. Even though your
Right.
mind is lying to you, your heart is lying to you, your gut
Uh-huh.
is lying to
Right.
you, like everything is lying to you, and you still saying, like me, I'm like, no, I don't know what this stuff is, but I know that when I make a video and I start talking, whatever I say, it did not come from me. Because I have to go back and listen to it and be like, did I say that? Why would I say that? That was so crazy. Like, oh my gosh, people listen to that? Lord have mercy. I must be nuts. But I mean, I wasn't like, obviously I wasn't. Like, I think that's the best. Like, how can you be sad when you finally realize you weren't the crazy one? Like, everybody else is nuts. Like, the whole entirety of the planet is nuts. It wasn't you. Like, that is a feeling
Mm-hmm.
that can't be like replaced. It can't be copied. It's real or it's not real. That's it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thanks everyone for joining, and we'll have our next spaces Tuesday night most likely.
Yeah,
And yeah, let's see what fireworks happen this weekend. I'm
absolutely.
excited. Awesome.